Why NBA, NFL, sports should have nothing to do with the group Black Lives Matter. Athletes preach no excuse. The athletic competition is a metaphor for living life. I will remind you of the things an athlete will do to be successful, then show you the metaphor in the Bible. On Mic'd Up, I heard Chief player Travis Kelce tell his players, no excuses. That is the message for living life. Successful athletes demonstrate all the time the keys to success. Why don't we apply them to living life? There are always obstacles to all people, other people, and our health issues, yet they persevere and are successful. I'm reminded of George Washington Carver in 1930 just doing what he loved to do to the point Henry Ford of Ford Motors sought him out and helped pay for lab materials at Tuskegee Institute. Also, Carver said that Thomas Edison offered him 6 figures to work with him at his lab. He did not take the job to help blacks learn not to be hypnotized by the word racism or as an excuse. He was respected by many influential white people. No matter what you believe, not all are racist. So there are no excuses. Now, there's a name to put on the back of a helmet, George Washington Carver. How about today in 2020, a brain surgeon called Ben Carson? Hey, pick your favorite athlete. Think of the aggressive training and preparation of a professional athlete to be the best at their craft. I was amazed at Mike Tyson, the knowledge he had of earlier boxers and their boxing styles. He learned from. Athletes have coaches, instructors, or trainers. So do we, ethical parents, counselors, teachers, ethical, successful people. Athletes study their craft and watch and learn from others' success. We study our field and learn from other people in that field or work with them, even if it's free, to educate ourselves. Don't reinvent the wheel. No fear. Athletes cannot be afraid. He trains or educates himself out of his concern and finds a way how to move, how to duck, how to conduct themselves. Trains until he has no fear. So we educate ourselves out of fear. We learn the facts and how to conduct ourselves to overcome a fear. We study the situation. It helps to avoid people who are full of excuses and slothful. Here's the next part. Referee. To try to keep the competition within the boundaries of fairness. I noticed the athletes move on to the next play, even when the referee is wrong. They keep themselves in the game for themselves and who? The team. What happens to those that refuse, those athletes? What happens to them? That would be our police, those that are in charge to help people keep the boundaries. If they are wrong, we have courts. We obey and watch our conduct for ourselves and our families and move on to the next task. The Bible says the poor and slothful always have something in the way, meaning an excuse not to move ahead. In Proverbs 22:13 it says, the slothful man saith, there is a lion without. I shall be slain in the streets. He complains about something holding him back instead of educating himself past it. Proverbs 26:13 says, the slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the street. Here is the athletic metaphor in the Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, 24 through 27, verse 24. Know you not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that you may obtain. See it? This is talking about being a Christian life, though. but he uses the athletic metaphor. And every man that striveth or trains for the mastery, to master his field, mastery is temperate. Temperate means self-control in all things. Now they do it, the athlete does it to obtain a corruptible crown, means it rots. But we an incorruptible crown. But we an incorruptible rewards in heaven that last for eternity. See, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly. In other words, make a decision. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air. No process, I have a plan and no roadblocks. Verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. What does systematic racism mean? Can you quantify it? Sounds like a lion in the street. This is 2020. Athletes, remember your training and use that to truly help black lives. A certain disciple.